Someone's got a hot mic. All right. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna go over a few different swing trade setups that I'm liking um, over the next few weeks here. And these are tickers I haven't necessarily talked about too often. I'm just gonna randomly go over them and we will go from there. Some are because I like the sector, some are because I like the trade, but we shall see. So first one I've got here is TEM, Tempest AI. As we know, AI is hot. And just because we're sitting at an all-time high does not mean it's time to it's the wrap. It's going to come down. No, this is a company that's got a lot of a lot more worked in. We really like this. This is actually I drew this a while ago. I've had this chart up. I've had this chart pulled up for a while. We've gone over it before, but I'm looking for this clear sky breakout into price discovery. This is one where I'm probably looking at a share position, and I'm most likely going to buy it at the break and the hold at 95. And I do expect this at the 120 plus area. It's a company I just really like. There's not much to chart other than this one line of this previous high, which is around $90 or so, $92. We are back at that area now. It's a newer company altogether, and as you can see, it has not moved enough where you would say it's going to top out here and start coming down. It is an AI company I like in general, and that's something I'll go through more in depth as I alert it why I like it. So that's one I'm definitely looking at. The next one's BBAI, is one I'm watching here. It's starting to heat up, and it's got some room to go. We've got a cup and handle here on BBAI, and we've got this trend line. We've got a cup and a handle within a cup and a handle, aka a bullish right triangle, which I love. I love those setups in general. We are just above a pretty significant volume shelf and a pretty significant pivot point, as we could see right here. We are just breaking that, which I like for a setup entry at that 672. And now, even though this one looks like, oh, we're getting into price area that, we're almost at all-time highs. Not really. It's just perspective. There we have, I think, 100% from where we're at now to all-time highs. Let's see, something like that. Pretty close too. Yeah, 100% all-time highs. So we have plenty of room to go on BBAI. This is another one I'm probably more looking for a share position on, and I love where it's at right now for risk reward. We could kind of cheat on this one even. Like normally you could say, oh, let's wait till about 850 or above, and this one does have options, I believe, with pretty good volume. Let's confirm real quick because this will change the whole trade. If they have a good volume on the options, if there's liquid, if they're liquid. Are these liquid? I believe they are. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay, so we have good options on this. That changes everything when we've got some good options here. So back to the chart. So we could cheat entry here. You're probably going to see this one alerted, guys, in the Discord pretty quickly now. Pretty quickly here, because it's one I could kind of cheat entry and still make some nice gains. And what that means is if we take an entry, say today, we've got this inside bar. Obviously, I would want to see it hold yesterday's open, which is, 724. So let's say today we get back above 768 or so. Let's say it's 768. I like it. Or even if I wait till 787 to take that entry. Just that play from the 787 to 852 is about 10%. So we take that with the short term, lock up those profits up to that 850 off our 780 entry. We're going to get 100% plus on, say, a November 21st call option. And then we get our long term as well. And we can cheat that entry a little bit and then pop in for target 2 up at that 1023, which is 35% or so from where we're at now. And pretty much exactly where we opened up at, those SPACs. $10 SPACs. Oh man, that's a throwback to 2020. $10 SPACs. And then, 1612 is like 100% from where we're at now. We've got the perfect cup and handle. I can pull up all the things and it checks all the boxes. It checks the pull up back box right to the 0.5 right here. I wish I would have looked at this fucking chart about 20 days ago. Holy shit. Bounced off the 200 and this trend line and the 0.5 with a beautiful volume shelf just below it at the 618. Talk about incredible risk reward, but we're not too late. But that entry down here, oh, that's scrumptious. But so this is another one I'm looking at here. Probably going to wait, like I said, about 870 to 880 entry just to make sure it's safe. And play that up through these couple target. I'm sorry, 780 up through that 850 target, 1023 and 16. But it's setting up really nice. It checks all the boxes, and holding this major pivot right here was the final box for me. Cup and handle, 0.5 retrace, right off the 200. Perfect trend line, sets up great risk reward. It checks all the boxes. We really like that one. So BBAI is the next one. Now we have Redwire, which is RDW. And as you can see, I've already got a fibs on this. And this is another one that is kind of up in a range that it's already kind of pushed, but I love that it's sitting right at, this one's not as great as the other ones, but this is one that from all-time low to all-time high, we had that perfect 0.5 bounce, we pop back up, we're coming back down again, and we're holding the volume shelf, and that's really what we want to see. It sets up a really decent risk reward. So this one's in between two zones I really want to see. This is more a chart where I'm looking to buy it either here on confirmation or back down at the 0.5, but I'm really kind of looking to make sure it's going to hold about $9, or see how it plays out over the next couple days, because the risk reward where we're at here doesn't really make sense, because where would we stop out? I kind of needed to choose first. I want to pull back to get it around 9 or up at 13, and that's a 50% variance there. Like, think about it. This 0.5 to 0.25 is 120%. This is a massive, massive range. So we can play ranges within the range. If we put this down in the 4 hour, like, there's definitely some stuff we could do here. You know, just remember that. It's not just, it's too crazy, you know, too late to take any sort of trade. But I'm really kind of looking to see how it plays out over the next couple days. I'd love to see it bounce and hold $10 into 10.25 for the actual entry. Because we could set up with a little bit of, you know, we've got, of course, the 200, but it's pretty far up there. I mean, the reality is we've got all the way to 1360, and we're at 1070. That's 30%. Even though it looks like a little speck on the chart, that's 30%, guys. All right. We love the little flag, you know, that we would expect to break. We like it, checks all the boxes. Again, it's just in an awkward area. So this is like a top watch, and it also another major confluence right here. Look at where the all-time point of control is. Isn't that amazing how it works? How those volume flows come in at these areas? This is like the most major pivot in history of pivots right there. So that's another one I'm really liking. We've got Snap, which we're already in, and it is pulling back today, but there's way more opportunity on this chart, guys. Oop, didn't mean to do that, sorry. We've still got way more opportunity on this chart. I just want to reiterate to everybody that even though we took a lot of profits on Snap, and it is pulling back, if we bounce off $8 again, I will alert it again, and again, and again, because this chart is going to pop eventually. Period. It is. It is. So, you know, of course we want to break the downtrend here. You know, but even just a play from $8.16 to $10, $9.25, which is the last time we popped, paid us 300% plus. Look at the volume coming in too, guys. The buyers are coming to play. Remember, volume is king. And here, no one came to play. When we hit these lows and tried to pop, we didn't get any volume. In this push right here, we didn't get any volume. We just got our earnings volume. That's all these are. These are all earnings volumes. Just skip them. But look at now. Do they know something we don't know? Look at the volume over the last 30 days. Okay? They're coming to play. Institutions are buying. They are coming to play. If you don't at the very least hold 100 fucking Snap shares, I don't even know what to tell you. So Snap is another one. The buyers are coming in, period. I mean, if you can't see how obvious this is, look at how old. I've been charting this forever. And this thing has got so much room to go. So this is another one. Snap. I've got Serve, S-E-R-V, Serve Robotics. And this is another one that's kind of already did the thing, but I really like where it's at. And I'm going to see how it plays out here. I'm going to wait for that break of 1570. Or we're going to wait for a comeback down to the 0.25 and the 200. All right. And if you're wondering how I'm finding all these charts where the point of control and the 200 are kind of on top of each other, I wrote a script. And I've got to work on it. So it's not perfect yet, but it is pulling up some charts I'm really liking. So anyway, back to this chart. This one still has a great risk reward. If we can break this double top 1572, the risk reward still works to play this up to our highs with a stop loss at the 0.25. We have popped over the last few days. So I want to see how it plays out short term. I'm waiting for the pullback. We're going to see how this plays out. Even because it was such a massive pop, like 30% plus in just a couple days, I even like putting oh, that is not a fibs. I even like putting a fibs on this. And we'll wait for our bounces at fibs levels. So we're at the 0.25 now. We'll see if we bounce. All right, so this is another one we like. Plus right here, look where we're holding up today. That's a major pivot point. That is the end of uptrend all the way up. That's a major pivot that we're sitting at right now. So if we hold that, we might bite a little sooner than I thought. So that's Serve. We have RUM, Rumble, which is another one that I'm kind of waiting for it to break this downtrend before I'm really interested. So I'm looking at like the break of 9. We'll wait and see what happens. It's pinched in the area I like. We're in between the 200 and the point of control. You guys know I love that, because when we move this area, it's going to move. So this is more just I'm kind of watching to see how it plays out right now. And then we've got AI pulling back today, but that's okay. We don't care. We have gotten paid on this bad boy. We've broke the 0.5 on the gap. We pretty much filled the gap yesterday as far as the liquidity gap. Not the gap fill, the liquidity gap. Up to like right about here is where the volume starts to come in. Still have 2026, 2027 on this. I mean, all of it. I've got all of it. So I'm still definitely in the position. Stop losses at break even. I want to see us back above 20 if you're not in. We had resistance at exactly, I think, $19.99 yesterday. We're going to wait for $20 for entry, or we're going to wait for $18.60 if we can hold $18.60 for a second chance entry. But that's just kind of an update of one we're already in here and that we really do kind of like. Let me pull this line like this. And I'll show you, even if we stay in the downtrend, we have room up to $25 plus. I mean, shit, no complaints here. So this is another one, still has a lot of room. Bumble. Remember Bumble? Everybody remember Bumble? Bumble has been selling off forever. But on the all-time chart of Bumble, we are right at the 200, pinched on the point of control, the all-time point of control, multi-year point of control, just below the 0.25. So obviously it's not time to take an entry, but this one's on the watch list, and anyone who's followed me for a long time knows why it's on the watch list. If we could break and hold the point of control, even playing this from 660 up through the 0.25 at 808, that's like 25%. Just insane. So we'll see what happens here. So that is kind of a lot of the stocks I've been watching that are off the beaten path. Because I'll tell you, most stuff is overbought, washed out, and I want nothing to do with. So we're trying to find a couple names I do like. Thanks, guys.